it's Molly. I am the creator of makeitasadogtrainer.com. In case we have not officially ever talked to each other in person or on Zoom or on a video or during a class or anything like that in the past, that is the official introduction. I'm actually in a hotel room because I'm at a conference and I'm just recovering from the flu, so I have some congestion. So I wanted to get this to you without it being perfect. And so I'm just going to ad lib a little bit. You, hopefully, if you clicked on the right link in the email I sent, you are at a point in your business where you are struggling to get enough clients. Things are up and down, very inconsistent income. Maybe things are just a little bit, really slow right now or anything like that. Whatever, any of those situations, I completely get it. I've been there. I've been teaching dog trainers about how to run their business and how to market their business and how to make money for over 12 years. And I had my own dog training business for about 14 years. And I had tons of struggles myself. There were times that I was so worse than broke that I had meltdowns in public over not being able to afford a blender. I've told that story on YouTube a couple times. You might have heard it. And have had, lots of different situations. I know lots of trainers who are. I have lots of trainers who join my program when they're absolutely broke and they go from one month to the next having like their best month ever by double the next month. So it is not something that is a permanent situation. It's not something that you can't change. It's not something that's systemic, that everybody's slow and the economy's terrible and you just can't do anything about it right now. You absolutely can. And that's the first thing that I want you to know that will help you out, is to remember that just because there are things going on in your life or the economy or geographically or locally or anything else, and those things might be legitimate challenges, knowing that there is something that's not your fault, that's a challenge, doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing you can do. They're not the same thing. That's one of the things I say a lot, is that it's not your fault is not the same thing as there's nothing you can do. Knowing the difference is really important. So knowing that there are so many people who have struggled and have turned it around, even during a bad economy, and knowing those stories will really help you a ton. And there are several. There's one that I can share with you off the top of my head. His name is Andrew. Last year, or the year before last, 2022, which was still pretty slow for most dog trainers, he was making around, I think, $50,000 a year. I think it was 55. And that was the top that he would make per year. Really struggling with that because of just expenses and things like that. So you might even be like, oh, I'd love to make $55,000 a year. Or you might be around $3,000 to $5,000 a month or something like that. Wish it was double. That's really common. I get a lot of people who are like, it's really tough right now. I'm making, a couple thousand a month. I wish it was 10. I wish it was 20. I'm making 5 or 6 and I wish it was 30. So you might want to not just double your income, but be able to do that without necessarily working a lot harder. Otherwise you'd be clicking on the link in the email that says you're burning out. So if you might be both, you might be struggling and burning out. So you might watch both videos. So if you are struggling right now, totally get it. It's happened lots of times. So this guy, Andrew, he went through one of my programs and just redid his programs and his sales process. And within a couple of months was like around $20,000 a month, just really, really consistently after that. He is on pace to make about $350,000 a year for the year, this year by himself, without doing board and trains and without working on the weekends. So that is amazing. It's not even just that he's overworking or he's doing these giant programs or has a facility and staff and all this stuff. It's just skills. It's skills in how you put together your programs, how you write your website, who you attract as potential clients, how you talk to them. So much of dog training is people. It's not just dogs. You understand the dogs, you teach the dogs, but everything else is related to how good you are at influencing people, understanding them, knowing what they want, knowing what they value, knowing what they'll buy, putting together your programs in a way that's convincing of the value, and knowing how to talk to people and listen to people and what to say and how to say it and when to say it, how to handle price shoppers, how to handle people who have to talk to their spouse, how to handle leads that ghost you and disappear after they contact you the first time, all those things, and how to handle clients even and deal with the challenges that come with influencing clients to do things and follow through and continue with the programs. And all that stuff is all, people understanding. And that is, if you don't know very much about me, those are the areas of my expertise. It's putting together great programs, knowing how to price them, knowing how to talk to people and sell it comfortably, knowing how to write your website so that it pulls in the people that you want, so that every amount of advertising that you do pays off and makes people contact you and makes people want to sign up. With that in mind, there's one thing that will help you a lot right now, and that is figuring out exactly where your number one focus needs to be. Because when you're struggling, you get overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed, you think everything is equally urgent and everything is equally important, and it's not. So finding the one thing that is wrong with your business to focus on right now is really important. So the way you do that is, first of all, by knowing that it's probably not how many people are finding you. It's probably not your advertising. It rarely is. So usually when there's a struggle and you think I need more clients, you think I need more people to find me. So you just dump more money and effort into advertising. And those people might be going to a website that's not converting, meaning it is not convincing people to contact you, or they're contacting you and they're not signing up, or they're signing up and they're only spending $100 on one lesson and that's it. And then you just kind of keep doing it, or you go broke. It's exhausting and you keep struggling and you also burn out. And that's no good. The thing that you can do instead of focusing on advertising is to focus on the other pieces so that every single lead that you get is more likely to pay off in a lot more money. So the first thing that you would probably want to focus on is changing your programs. So if you're making a lot more per person, every single person that does come through is more likely to turn into a high-paying client that really values you and is a much easier person to work with than somebody who just does a lesson or two. Don't charge by the hour. Don't charge by packages of lessons. That does not work well. That keeps you in this cycle. I have other videos that explain why, but that is a really important thing for you right now, is to just focus on one thing, and it's probably your programs. It could also be your sales process or your website content, but I like to usually just give people one thing to focus on, and the changing of the programs is almost always the thing that pays off the most. So that is my big piece of advice for you right now, aside from one other thing. I have a couple of invitations for you. Number one, I'm going to be having a class on the weekend. Excuse me. Like I said, I'm getting over the flu here. So keep that in mind. There's that. If you are watching this video after that, then let me know. If I just hit reply and ask me if I have a replay, then I'll let you know. The other thing is that we had this program that we have not opened to the public since January. So we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to get in because it's the thing that will help you the most. It's the most popular program I have. It has a super high success rate. It has over 100 dog trainers in it that will not let you fail. They are so amazing. The alumni of this program are like world-class, practically experts in marketing now because they're very protective of the success of the program because they love it so much. It's helped them so much. And they are in there waiting for you. And this program will teach you everything you need to know about putting together your programs, getting out of struggle, not burning out in the process, how to write your website the best way, how to advertise the best way, how to talk to people the best way for selling, and dealing with any challenge that you ever face among any of those topics. So all those things are in this program. There's a link down below. It's my program called Peak. And again, it hasn't been open to the public for a while, so it's open through the weekend to give you a chance to get in if it's the right time for you right now. I don't know when it'll be open again after this. So here's a chance to get in. It does also have a guarantee on it. So if you're not 100% sure, you don't know me that well yet, then you have a chance to get in and check it out. And if it's not the right fit, that's totally fine. I'll just give you a refund. So go ahead and check that out as well. There's a link in the description of this video. And I hope this video was helpful to you, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you for watching.